Moto number 1 of the A class. Riding with us tonight, off on an island on his own, is Hubchap on that Verb Moto Yamaha. Very good looking bike. Additionally, with us on the gate tonight, we have McManus, Aiden, Ethan, Skills, Fatosa, Wheels, Jin, Dad Shoes, Greg the Legend, Hemi, McChicken, Marco, Victor, and our series points leader, Jack, on the Bud Racing Honda. So the 15-second board is up. We will have one restart for jump starts, as always. Who is going to get the whole shot tonight?
Clean start, no jump start.
Uh-oh, McChicken gets a little squirrely back there, almost ends up taking out his teammate Dad Shoes, but what a surprise. It's Jack on the Bud Racing Honda who's up front, but it's Victor on the Horizon Racing Honda who gets the whole shot. Fatosa trying to sweep Jack around and catch up and make a pass for second as he does. Marco on the Mick Creations Kawasaki finds himself in third. Beyond that, it is anybody's game. Ethan had a fourth place spot, slid the back end out. Jack doing a no-hander coming out of the corner. Fatosa makes a pass on Victor for the lead. Victor goes down, washes the front end, but it's going to be Marco who gets a commanding drive through the 10 commandments, no pun intended, and moves up into first. Jack tethers on and finds his way into second. So already bar-to-bar action here in A-Class Moto number 1 as McManus on the McMonster Kawasaki now finds himself sitting in the third place spot. Here comes Lucas Aretis on the Tryhard Kawasaki, followed by McChicken, Victor, Fatosa, Aiden, Greg, Skills, Dad Shoes, and there is Ethan on the Factory Goon Honda.
Marco almost went down there as we're mentioning all the riders in the back, and Jack almost made that pass. That was a scary moment. He doesn't want to go down, especially with that many riders behind him. He's going to lose at least like 10 spots.
Yeah, I want to say Marco was one of the top 2 or 3 qualifying lap times at Loretta's during our Open Pro race at Loretta's, but I do not believe Jack competed in that. Jack usually doesn't participate in Open Pro, so we've yet to see what Jack can do on Loretta's in Backyard this season. But if his previous rounds in Backyard A-Class are any indication of how he's going to do, then he is going to take a lead here and check out. But Marco is trying to do everything he can to prevent that as he still holds the number 1 spot.
So Jack is leading A-Class, the race we're on right now, but Marco is leading Open Pro. So it's an interesting battle, sorry.
That's right. Open Pro points leader Marco versus A-Class points leader Jack. Jack slows up, takes the middle line here, tries to make a pass on Marco, but Marco not having it, just barely edges past Jack. McManus still holding on to third, but right behind him you've got McChicken and Victor in 4th and 5th. So let's go on board with Marco for just a second.
Oh, Jack's gonna get that drive. Let's see if he can make the pass. He won't. Marco's gonna end up winning in that straight. As they're in the 10 commitments, you see McManus trying to make a pass. Marco and Jack both gonna case it. McManus gonna triple cleanly. Oh, McManus almost swipes out. And here comes McChicken. McChicken's not in the conversation. Right side by side with Jack. Battling with Marco. So Marco's doing a great job at keeping all of these pros behind him. Jack, McChicken, McManus, Marco, all of them are battling for the lead. This is similar to B-Class, except it's gonna be, well, it was very intense in B-Class, but this is more entertaining because all these guys, actually I won't take it away from B-Class. This is just as intense as B-Class.
Yeah, it's still very good, very intense riding, as you can see here.
Greg's now in the picture. It's now a 5-way battle.
Yeah, Marco's still holding on to number 1. Let's go on board with our orbit cams here. Marco's still holding on to the number 1 spot. It's going to be McChicken in second. Jack falls back to third. Greg the Legend finds himself moved up into the 4th place spot, and McManus is now holding on to 5th. Trying to make a pass on Greg here. Jack goes down and goes down hard. He's going to lose 2 positions in the blink of an eye to Greg and McManus as Fatosa now edges past Jack and makes that move as well. So Chicken trying to hunt down his friend and teammate here, I guess you could say, Marco on the Mick Creations.
Oh, in the 10 commandments, will Chicken make the pass? Marco, oh, Chicken does, but it's not over. Marco is right still banging bars with Chicken. Oh, here comes Marco, back for the lead. He's not done with his mission. And Chicken takes the lead away once again. They're swapping position, just like BMX and the Munion in the first moto, but Chicken goes down, so McManus, Greg will pass him, and Greg will go down, so Chicken will be back in third, unless he doesn't. Okay, so he will stay in fourth, but he's going to catch up to Greg. Marco is still holding up to that number 1 spot. McManus in second, Greg the Legend in third, McChicken on the McMonster Kawasaki in fourth. You got Jack pushed back from that big crash a lap ago. Now in fifth, still in prime position. He's not out of this conversation just yet.
That's right, Paradox. He is not out of this conversation yet. His fastest lap so far has been a 2:06, and that has been with a crash. So if we look ahead, we can see Greg running 2:02s, Chicken running 2:04s, also with a crash. McManus at 2:01.4, Marco at 2 flat. So if Jack can get his wits about him and be able to get back on the track, ride some clean, consistent laps, he's still got 13 minutes left here in Moto number 1 to push his way back to the front, and I'm certain that he has the capability to do it. But it's one of those situations where it's not like Jack is hurting to be up front. He does have a very commanding lead in the points here in the A class. So it's these other riders who've got to prove themselves. It is McChicken who currently sits in second place, I believe, in the A class points. Is that correct?
Yep. He is. Let me make my math. McChicken is 27 points down on Jack, so it's actually a closer championship battle in A class than it is in B class.
Yeah.
Full of no.
So it's still going to be tough for McChicken to overcome that deficit within the next 3 rounds, this round included. But nevertheless, the championship is alive. Jack has not clinched it yet. Marco still with a good, solid run here and a good ride at the Loretta's 2020 Loretta's track, as he is still holding down first, crossing the finish line with 12 minutes left to go. McManus still in second, Chicken in third, Greg in fourth, Jack in fifth. Let's go back a little bit as Dad Shoes on the McMonster Kawasaki team has now moved his way up into sixth. Skills on the Prospect Design Husqvarna has moved his way into seventh. Fatosa falls back to eighth. Lucas Aretis, his teammate, sits in ninth, and it's Hemi who rounds out our top 10. Just as Ethan goes down and Victor makes the pass. Victor with a good lead early in the moto, and a mistake, or rather, whoever it was, I think Fatosa, that kind of got underneath him here in the following corner, cost him a lot of time and a lot of positions. And when you lose that many spots early in the moto, it's hard to make them back here in the A class. McChicken gets a good drive there through the 10 Commandments and then takes the outside line. McManus tries to go underneath him and ends up getting bounced back towards the inside. So McManus not only loses one position to McChicken, but a second one to Greg the Legend, and here comes Jack. LeFou, do not let him lie to you. It is worth 50K, brother.
No, it's not. Marco got a pretty decent sized gap on McChicken here. It's not gonna cut it though. It's definitely possible for McChicken to catch up and take that one spot away from him as he goes down. So there it is. McChicken is now back on Marco. I think I jinxed him, and I'm sorry.
You did. It's your fault, Paradox, that Marco went down, because here comes McChicken barking around the outside trying to make a pass. Baby Vox is cheering on.
Oh, Chicken goes down.
Yeah, there he goes.
McManus, Greg, and Jack are gonna pass him, and he's gonna be at the bottom of that conversation, not out of it yet.
My kid might be a Marco fan because he was starting to get a little bit agitated as McChicken was preparing to make the pass. But when Chicken went down, he settled down. So I think we've got a little #1 Marco fan here in the booth with us tonight. Greg finds his way into second because of that mistake by Chicken. McManus moves up to third. Jack moves up to fourth. And of course, Chicken falls back to fifth. He's still around Eyeballs. He just doesn't play bikes very much, unfortunately. Reminiscing to the good old days of the Impus and McManus factory goon battles.
Man, I miss when those battles between McManus and Impus was the story of the week. So right. Greg is actually catching up to Marco here.
Yep, we're about to have a battle for the lead, or we already do now, as Greg the Legend finds himself sitting in second, trying to hunt down Marco. Taking a look at Marco's lap time, still his best is a 2 flat, as is Greg's, but Marco's last lap was a 2:02. So Marco has the speed to outrun Greg. Greg has the speed Marco has the speed to stay in front of Greg, but Greg has the speed to maintain a race with him, so it really is going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes.
2:02 with a crash.
Here it goes.
Greg trying. They're not going to both fit in this inside, but they do, somehow.
Greg giving it everything he's got, trying to get past Marco as he tries to jump over the top of him. Marco has to dive to the inside. Greg goes a little bit too far out and ends up losing some time. So here comes McManus on the McMonster Kawasaki as well as McChicken. So Greg is sandwiched. Jack goes down, no, so Jack falls back pretty hard.
Gonna lose the spot to McChicken, but it's definitely not over yet. I'm gonna keep saying this every time they go down. They've still got 7 minutes left. Greg goes down. There comes McManus and McChicken.
Yep, Greg could not handle the weight of the full McDonald's sandwich here as he goes down and falls back to fourth.
Oh, McManus swipes out of the 10 Commandments, and it's going to allow McChicken, Greg, and maybe Jack to pass him because of that mistake. Chicken is back in second place.
Yep.
Sorry, Bob, go ahead.
Just under 7 minutes here left in A-Class Moto #1. As you said, Chicken moves his way back up into second place. Here comes Jack, though. Jack has made up some time, and the mistake that McManus made in the 10 Commandments allows Jack to catch up to a 4th place spot. So Jack still holding on to these points every position he gains.
Marco has been keeping it up front this whole moto yet, which is pretty hard to do considering who's behind him. Yeah,
Marco's certainly putting on an impressive ride here, but McChicken dips under 2 minutes into the 1:58 lap times as he is on the move right now, trying to catch up to Marco and make this pass. Trying to get out of all this drama behind him, get away from Greg, get away from McManus, put Jack in the rear view.
That's all he needs to do. He needs to finish over Jack. It's like a BMX and Le Mans situation, but it's even a closer battle.
Here in the back, we have another battle for 6th place. I'm sorry, for 7th place between Hemi and Dad Shoes with Fatosa, Lucas Aredes, and Victor on the Horizon Racing Honda coming up. So Victor in a heated tire-to-tire, fender-to-fender battle right now with Lucas Aredes. So they both opt to take the middle line there in that corner. Victor gets a good drive. Let's see if he can take the inside away from Lucas. Oh, as he almost did, but he's not able to. Lucas manages to edge him out just a little bit, and Victor ends up getting slowed down. So Lucas's better run in that corner is going to allow him to get a better drive through the commandments. And as we say that, he goes down. Lucas goes down. Victor makes the pass after all. So now he's got his sights set on Fatosa. Dad Shoes still got his sights set on Hemi, trying to catch up.
I can feel that McChicken is catching up to Marco. I can feel the tension there. We'll see as the timing is scoring and update at the finish line. 2 corners to go. Oh yeah. Bitch. Oh wait. Chicken does have a 5-second penalty. Oh, Marco makes a mistake and Chicken passes him. But it's not gonna cut it quite yet because Chicken has a cut now. A 5-second cut. So Marco technically still in the lead, but he's got the pressure on now.
Yeah, he does. Marco's best lap time is still a 2 minute, even with Chicken out front, even with those cuts. If he can manage to run this pace, this 1:58 pace, he should be able to outrun those 5-second penalty off of Marco before this race is over. Just 3 minutes left here in Moto number 1. That's going to equate to probably 4 more laps, if I had to guess. Just a little bit of quick math for you. Marco in 2nd, Greg is in 3rd, Jack in a pretty far back 4th place. Here comes McManus trying to make a pass on skills through the 10 Commandments.
Oh, if all these riders finish as they are now, it's gonna close up the championship even more. Chicken's gonna catch up to Jack 7 more points.
Which would put him within 20, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
so if Jack makes another mistake and loses a position to skills, Chicken will come within 20 points with 2 rounds to go.
Oh
So-
no, if they end up like that right now. If he falls back even more, it's gonna be 18 points.
Yeah, sorry. If skills gets around Jack or Jack makes a mistake, Chicken will have less than 20 points to go, which realistically puts him in a good spot for the lead, depending on the next 2 tracks coming up. One of the 2 remaining A-class tracks is Baja Acres, and McChicken is a very fast rider on Baja, so he has great potential to outscore Jack there. So really, this ride is important for him. It is very important for him to maintain a lead, get a number 1 spot here, earn as many points as possible. It is equally as important for Jack to make sure that he does not lose points. But look here, Skills is just about to him. Skills is edging up. Skills with a 1:59. Jack also with a 1:59 is his best, but his last lap cost him a lot of time. So Skills has what it takes to catch up to Jack, and if he makes a pass, that is only better news for Chicken.
McChicken made Marco made another mistake, and Greg won around him. So now he's gonna lose the 1 spot, not only because of Chicken outrunning his guts, but Greg being in front of him. So Marco now is in 3rd, and Greg in 1st if he's within 5 seconds of McChicken.
So even as things are starting to spread out here, I think probably the battle that we want to pay closest attention to right now is this battle as Jack makes a mistake and Skills catches up even more. So this is what we're talking about. If Jack can't keep it clean, keep it up on 2 and let Skills go by as he is in prime position to do so. 3 laps remaining. I'm getting a little nervous for Jack.
Oh yeah, Skills is catching up. Is he gonna rob that inside? No, he won't! Jack goes down, and Skills runs away with it. This is big, because this is a big straight, and they're running fast pace.
Yep.
Oh man.
Not only did Skills push Jack out of the inside line there, but like you said, he is on a tear on that big straightaway. So that is 0 momentum for Jack getting up off of 2 wheels, and Skills just full bore on that throttle, running away from him. And look at the gap that he has already put on him, a full straightaway here, as Skills is now entering the 10 Commandments. He needs to triple through this cleanly. Not able to do so. All of these riders on 250s, and Skills goes down. Skills needs to get back up on it and back up on it quick as Jack gets clean triples through there and is working on catching back up to Skills in no time.
I think Greg's lap didn't count. I'll have to take a look at it.
Most definitely, because he is still up here in second. So Chicken still holding a lead over Greg for the first place spot. Greg in second, Marco in third. Skills moves up to fourth in front of Jack, but Jack has caught up pretty quickly because of that crash that Skills had at the end of the 10 Commandments. All right, 2 laps left to go. That's about 4 minutes left for racing here at Loretta's. We mentioned that Jack should cross the finish line here in 4th. McManus is in 5th. Hemi in 6th. Dad Shoes in 7th. Victor on the Horizon Racing Honda is currently sitting in 8th. Fatosa in 9th. It's Lucas Oredes on the Tryhard Kawasaki who rounds out your top 10. Uh-oh, Jack makes another mistake and goes down in the same spot, so same story again. Skills with plenty of speed, full throttle, just cranking it back, trying to get away from Jack as quickly as he can. All Skills is thinking is he wants to make his way towards the front and try to get as many points as possible and as many positions as possible just because he's out here to do the best he can. But he doesn't realize how much this is helping Chicken to keep Jack back there in 5th. So I believe, Paradox, we said if points... if the race ends with positions as they are, then Chicken will take a 27-point gap and reduce that to 18. Is that right?
Correct.
And that is just 1 moto. We still have a second moto to go, and then there are 4 more motos left in this season. So Chicken really does have a chance if Jack can't perform on these last few tracks. Uh-oh, Skills makes a mistake and goes down, so here comes Jack just as we start saying that. Now it's bar to bar as Skills comes over the tabletop and Jack does make the pass. Let's go on board with Skills and watch what it's like. Skills rocking that beautiful red Alpine Stars Prospect Designs helmet with the reflective logos on it. Morin does a great job making all of their kits. As Jack makes a mistake and Skills steals away the inside line, so once again Skills finds himself sitting in 4th. Last lap, guys, the white flag is out. This is not a battle for the lead, this is a battle for 4th, but it is intense and it has a lot of effect on the championship, so we're going to stick with it for now.
I have a question box.
Go ahead.
Look at the timing scoring. It says Marco is only 4.4 seconds behind Chicken because of his cut. Would that make Greg first place right now?
Probably. that could be the case. We'll have to take a look at what Chicken's cutting penalties are at the end of this race, and then look at Greg's total time. So it'll take some work to figure it out. But so it is somewhat falling apart as Jack makes a pass back around Skills, and it's possible that Chicken could be officially scored for second because Greg's lap didn't count. He is physically in second place right now, but Chicken has enough cuts that Marco is being scored as only 4 seconds back, despite being a full lane and a half. So we'll see how it goes. Skills gets into the back of Jack and goes down, so that is going to be it for Skills. Unless Jack makes a critical mistake here, his chances of beating Jack are gone. So I guess it's a don't count your eggs, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Is that the saying? Because Jack's out here still, and he's not going anywhere. As McChicken does take the checkers, Greg the Legend follows in behind him in second. Marco will finish here in third. And it looks like it will be Jack on the Bud Racing Honda who does take the fourth position away with Skills in fifth. So a little bit of a last lap battle here between McManus, Hemi, and Dad Shoes, as all three of these riders are within close proximity. McManus fully within striking distance on Hemi as he is trying to get a good run around the outside. Steals the line away from Hemi and makes the pass with 1 corner left here to go. Can he slow up in time to take the inside line? He does not. He blows the berm and Hemi goes by. So Hemi will edge out McManus by 8 thousandths of a second. Good Lord. So McChicken with, let's see here. McChicken only had a 5-second cutting penalty with 26:02 on his total race time, but you can see that Greg had 26:03 as his total race time. So I do think that Greg will actually end up getting second because the cutting penalty should include race time, as Marco finished with a 6-second gap over Chicken. Clearly I think he was much further than 6 seconds back, but his total race time was 2:08. So we can take a second look if necessary, but I believe that the penalties are included in the total race time. So you see Chicken with 26 minutes and 2 seconds before he crossed the finish line. Greg, 26 minutes and 3 seconds. So I think he was just a second back on Chicken after the cutting penalties were considered. All right, Paradox, do you have results?
Now I do.
All right, guys, we'll run this back to a quick commercial break, and when we return, it will be our final moto of the evening for A-Class Moto number 2, so stick around.
Outdoor Motocross Championship is a 12-round series with 2 35-minute motos per round. The series begins at Hangtown in Northern California and navigates its way through the American landscape during the sweltering days of summer. There are 2 classes in motocross, the 450 class and the 250 class. The outdoor series is the most difficult challenge a motocross rider will face. Preparation is essential.
time too. Sweetheart is bleeding in the snow cone. So smart, she's leading me to ozone. Music, the great communicator. Use two sticks to make it in the nature. Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chopped up, he says I'm gonna win big. Choose not a life of imitation. Distant cousin to the reservation. Default the pistol that you pay for. Just pump the feeling that you stay for. In time I want to be your best friend. Eastside love is living on the west end. Knocked out before you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. Go write your message on the pavement. Burn so bright, I wonder what the wave meant. Kickstart the golden generate hub. Sweet talk but don't intimidate hub. Can't stop the gods from engineering. Feel no need for any interfering. Your image in the dictionary. This life is more than ordinary. Can I get you maybe even 3 of these? Coming from a space to teach you of the Pleiades. Can't stop the spirits when they need you. This life is more than just a read through.
The straight A students can look up to Travis, and the kid in detention can look up to the militia.
Every day is a new day. I'm thankful for every breath I take. I won't take it for granted. So I learn from my mistakes. It's beyond my control. Sometimes it's best to let go. Whatever happens in this lifetime. So I trust in love. You have given me peace of mind. I feel so alive. For the very first time. I can't deny you. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. For the very first time. And I think I can fly. Sunshine upon my face. A new song for me to sing. Tell the world how I feel inside. Even though it might cost me everything. Now that I know this will be all I control, this I can never turn my back away. Now that I see you, I can never look away. I feel so alive. For the very first time. I can't deny you. I feel so alive. I feel so alive. For the very first time. And I think I can fly.
All right, guys, we are back and we are ready for our final moto of the evening, A-Class Moto number 2. Might need to restart for Hubchap. Let's find out. He said give me a second to set up this. All right, looks like Hubchap's good, so here we go, guys. Let's get the show on the road. No jump starts. Who's it going to be? We're on board here with Jack.